Although it is kind of the South Asian part of town, it seems. Hello. It is about 10:30 at night, and Hong Kong is poppin'. And so today is my first full day in Hong Kong. Flew in yesterday from Hanoi, Vietnam. My room is in a like mall sort of, and then there's all these guest houses up on top of the mall. And so I'm just going to walk around the streets a little bit and just give a little taste for now of this incredibly modern and high-tech city, especially at night with all the flashing lights and everything. And so that room that you saw there, believe it or not, is $75 per night. Hong Kong is not cheap. It is one of the most expensive places I have been, actually. And that room was actually the spacious deluxe version of the rooms that they have. Got some interesting looking dishes here. I'm actually looking for dinner right now. And so I'd been in a different room when I first arrived yesterday, and it was smaller. It was a single bed, and then also just a little sliver of space next to the bed with a attached bathroom, but definitely smaller than that one that I've got there. And then this morning, there was all this construction noise happening, banging and drilling and stuff, and so I asked them if I could move. And so they moved me to another single room, and that room was even smaller than the first one. It was so small that the bed had a wall on either side, and I was just too long for it. My head was touching one end and my feet were touching the other end. That was just totally not going to work. And so I asked him if there was a double room and I would pay for the upgrade. And so the first room was $50 a night, and then it ended up being $70 a night for that nicer, luxurious double room there. At least it has a double bed and a nicer bathroom and everything. So anyways, welcome to Hong Kong. I am looking forward to exploring over the next several days. I'm in the Kowloon neighborhood, and a few like little facts about Hong Kong. So Hong Kong is technically part of China, but not exactly. It is also different. It seems a little bit like Puerto Rico to the United States. And maybe that's an imperfect analogy, but it is part of China, Hong Kong, but at the same time there are definitely distinct differences. For example, they drive on the left side of the road here, and in the rest of China they drive on the right. They have their own currency, the Hong Kong dollar, instead of using the yuan in the rest of China. And so the reason, or at least a significant reason as to why Hong Kong is somewhat separate, is it was controlled by the British for a very long time. Oh, no thanks, man. I don't, no thank you. No thanks. There are some very pushy people around here trying to sell you stuff and trying to get you into their guest house. And so in 1997, then a 99-year lease by the British controlling Hong Kong concluded, and Hong Kong returned back to China. All right, look at this. selection of tasty dishes, but it was influenced by Britain for a very long time, and as a result has a very distinct culture versus the rest of China. English is much more commonly spoken here. And you don't need a visa to come to Hong Kong. You need a visa to visit the rest of China. With Hong Kong, you just arrive with your passport, depending of course on where you're from, but with a US passport or various other countries, then no visa required. Circle K, they do have 7-Elevens here. And so I'm heading in the general direction of a German pub that I went to just a few hours ago. I was doing some video editing and of course grabbing a beer. And so here is that pub. And I'm thinking about going back there and having dinner because they had a menu, and I have eaten so much Asian food.
Driving around town?
Well, Vietnamese specifically, 3 weeks in Vietnam, and had lots of Vietnamese food. And last night had some good local food here. But I thought it might be nice to have some German food, if that's what they got on the menu. So the trick is finding it. I have it on my phone, and I'm definitely in the right general direction, but this is not right because it was a smaller street. So let's check the phone here. It's called Biergarten, and I am 2 minutes away. Okay, I was going the wrong direction. Man, this is confusing even with Google Maps, but it is very fascinating exploring. Okay, I am like off track. A lot of bars around here. I do not know if I'm near that pub or not because this doesn't look familiar. I would have been better off following my intuition actually, because I know the general location based on where my hotel is. This just, oh man, I am all messed up here, and the Google Maps is just like not, okay, maybe it's up here and to the right. There it is, okay. Alright, so Biergarten, German pub and restaurant. Let's see if the kitchen is still open. Thanks. And so I have here a meatloaf with 2 eggs and potatoes. That looks amazing. It is 98 Hong Kong dollars. And so that's about like 13 bucks. One of the cheapest things on the menu too. Not now. Maybe later. No thanks. Some hash? No thanks. $98. This is for one hour?
45 minutes.
45 minutes.
35 minutes.
I see. Okay.
Keep people.
All right.
Okay.
Check it out later. Thanks.
Okay.
No, thanks. All right, folks. That is it for tonight. That meal was amazing, but don't worry, there will be local food in the coming videos. Check it out, a mosque. And I just realized, recognizing that my room is back this way. So more coming from Hong Kong. See ya.